I'm Stephanie Bronchick. I'm an account manager with Esri on our AEC team. This is my first year attending the summit, which is really exciting as Esri is a partner.
We are going through a challenge of people do not want to share, right? So I have an issue on site, I made a mistake, I have risk, I have liability, I made those mistakes, I could be sued, all these other things. Those are the reasons not to share.
So what to share, when to share it, and ultimately how Esri's platform can help enable sharing across stakeholders. Everything starts with a location, right? So from a construction aspect, where issues are happening, and ultimately how we can help improve those workflows with location.
So how do we switch that motivation? How do we make it to the point where I am actually encouraged both at a personal level and I'm motivated at a personal level to be, to actually want to share. So it's personally beneficial, it's organizationally beneficial, and it's industry-wide beneficial. Like that's what we're trying to get to.
I just wasted 2 days of my life listening to some group of people talking about, should I share or should I not? Obviously, we know the answer is not. Like, come on. That's my proprietary secrets. That's my advantage on the competition. That's my culture. That's why I do what I do. Come on. Like, we know that we should never. How might we empower an industry of stakeholders to publicly share issues and resolutions? No way, ever. Those are my issues. I'm going to keep that for my competitive advantage on the next project. In ways that capture context without exposing risk, yeah, I'm not going to let these idiots sue me over sharing my data so that they can come back years later and say, Ralph, you and your company did it wrong. What am I thinking? Reduce construction waste? I make money because of construction waste. Come on, that's how we do it. And prevent future occurrences? No way. Let's just keep doing it over and over again. You guys wasted my time. Like that's construction waste right there. Oh, we're going the whole way through like this. Go for it. Yeah, go for it.
So one of the things that we realize that we need to do is to be able to promote the sharing of this information, to make it more, to empower people to easily be able to provide information. And one of the roadblocks that we were seeing that was happening.
You can't motivate me.
That was the fact that people were afraid they didn't want to share some information, not only for competitive advantage, but they also wanted. They didn't know what they were allowed to share and how much they was able to share was one of the pieces of it. But then, so what if we could come up with a way, and thanks to Charlie kind of inspiring us, to come up with a way to publicly, be able to share this information without just exposing any privately held data, right? So that was the other piece of it. So it's kind of promote sharing within the industry to kind of collaborate with that. And so let me hand that off. Or are you going to bring it up? So we came up with a public insight protocol. I forgot that I had this up there. So, and this is kind of our workflow that we did, encouraging people to capture, classify, sanitize, and approve and publish it, keeping you have the public findings that will be available for everybody to have access to, and then the private details could be anonymized. And then people can choose to actually share some of the private data. They can choose what data they want to share, basically, to kind of promote this. So I'll have Jesse.
All right. So we might say that's ideally people will just be motivated.
Yeah, I don't want to care. I don't share.
But they might not be motivated. So one of the options that we looked at was a spec, right? So
Who reads those things?
we could build this into contract language, right? We could say, all right, there's no option. If you're going to work on this job, you have to share your issues.
I'll share fake
Right.
issues.
Yeah, well, that's one way to go about it. So you might get kicked off the job, but that's your thing. So
It's all right. There's another job.
but we don't want to just force people to opt into it, right? Like we don't want to force them to use this system. We want to give them some benefit, right? So maybe what if you got something?
I don't think there's any benefit in me
out of
sharing.
this? All right, so
No.
we got to, all right, let's actually design a system that could help people.
Help people?
That's
Is that
the-
why we do what we do?
That's the idea. So we've got our new database, right? So we built a database where you can upload issues anonymously if you want to. You're not providing like the job or who was responsible or any private data like that, but you're saying, here's the issue and here's the resolution. And you're calling out details like, what was the type of work, right? What was the spec section, right? What kind of category is it?
Look at those losers.
It could be you. All right. So this was our first idea is you need to have a public database.
So you mean I got to go fill out all this and every single time enter my, like I have enough challenges. This seems too hard. I have enough challenges on my job actually building the job, much less reporting. We have tons of reporting already we have to do, and you're going to just pile more on me?
So yeah, that's a good point, right? That's a big part of the problem. You're just like the previous team, right? Like if you make it really hard to get the data in there, then people aren't going to use it. Or if you make it really hard to get the data out, to use it in a
This
useful
is
way.
hard.
So, all right, so let's look, right? So you can contribute. You could just create an issue, but who wants to do that? You could import a file.
Excel?
Right? Sure, if you need to.
That's the best tool out there. Let's do it.
Yes, right? Or if you want to, you could connect it to your PM system, right? So let's make it maybe automatic, right? Maybe your organization, not you, but your
Oh, yeah,
company.
we definitely don't use any of these.
All right, so whatever it may be.
Paper.
Right? Open APIs, right? We'll take your data in, right, automatically. So your company opts in. They say, all right, we want to use this tool. We want to leverage this to do better on future jobs. So we're going to opt into sharing our data.
But you're still making me come to some stupid website. Like I don't live it here. I have 14,000 tools that I do work a day. How can I ever get to this thing?
Right. Yeah. So we'll want to really make that transparent for you, right? So you don't have to do anything.
Yeah. Less is more.
The goal that we have, so you use these connectors, you hook it up to your PM system, whatever it may be, and then in your PM system, we're going to surface those issues for you. So as you create issues, as you resolve them, it submits them into the database. Again, just the anonymous data, right? None of the private information. And then we use that in some PM system to highlight proactively issues on your job.
Are these just my issues?
So these are issues that we are detecting for you using AI based on
Okay.
that public database. We're saying on your job, based on your design and your specs, these are potential issues. All right, so if we open that up, we can see, all right, I've got a series of issues that the AI detected. It has different severity ratings. And
So
then
you're
I
telling
can,
me it knows I have ceiling grid on my job?
based on your design and your specs and this public database, it's saying that's possibly an issue on your
Okay.
job.
So what?
So from there, you expand it. You can see why was this flagged? What's the root cause? How could you resolve it? What's the potential cost and schedule impact? And then if you want to, you can convert that into an issue or an RFI.
Okay, so you're telling me if I give permission and log in because you had a contractual spec requirement for me to sign up for this, I'd imagine, like, what about my secret projects, my sensitive projects?
Yeah, so you could disable it on a project-by-project basis.
Okay, and
Sure.
it'd probably enable it on a project-by-project basis. So if I had an owner or someone tell me this, I might be able to just do it just for that project.
Sure, yeah.
Okay.
It's that easy.
Okay.
Now would you use it?
Maybe.
Maybe. All right.
What's my motivation? What's my, cultural shift that I can make? How can we, it's just me? I'm supposed to supply all this information? Or how do we get a coalition or something behind this?
Right, yeah, so that's where we're going, right? If we could build this thing, right, could we get some first adopters to opt into it, right, to start contributing to the database, right? That way, you have that leaderboard, you get some fancy
Do you get a
badges,
badge or something for
you
this?
get recognition, right? So you're all contributing to these, making the world a better place,
Could I
right?
put that on a website?
You could.
Okay.
You should.
I could. Should. And we could probably maybe even host this somewhere like that. Okay. So you do it? I don't know if I'll do it because I don't change ever, but it sounds like good for you guys to do it. So, but I think that's all I'm tired of this. Let's move on. Now,
All right.
Anything else like we want to actually cover? Oh, okay.
I think that's it. Questions?
Questions? Just a little special shout out for just being in character the whole time. You took the storytelling class last time, we can tell.
Good job.
Well done. Any questions?
I actually have a lot of questions for the people here. Yeah, I had one that I forgot. So like, if you had a group, like one thing we talked about a lot was like the power of community to power coalition. So yes, whether the badge is cheesy or not, but like getting the group of people in here, contractors in here, like Zachry, they said they're going to sponsor this whole thing and whole thing. But honestly, if you can get people,
Donations of my time, yes.
yeah, but like you have a group of people here that can start the trend, start feeding this data, add it, and like we honestly, one of the things we debated was how do you finance it? Like how do you make it worth the while for people to get it? But the idea is like it's pay to play, or not pay to play, but like you have to share information to get information. And that'll actually allows you, and even if it's just your own company, there's benefit in just sharing that information from project to project on your own company. And then you can also anonymize insights from other companies. So we do think like CPC could be a place where this data is exchanged in a way that's fairly distributed to everyone. And they'll always have that little competition there on the right.
We need to find that process and like go actually make a tool or make a framework that will help people quickly and easily share information.
Yeah, I would love for more of our AEC folks to get involved. I think this is a great knowledge sharing opportunity and just hearing more of the challenges direct from the contractors that we work with and ultimately how we can help them.
Fundamentally, it's the core heart and passion of the people that make this a fun event, enjoyable event, and rewarding event.